Now I want to bring in Congressman Connie Mack, a Republican from Florida. He's also planning to vote against the Boehner plan. Congressman, good evening. What have you been hearing today? Have people been twisting your arm?
No, I haven't had my arm twisted, but, early on I made it clear to the leadership that, for me, this is about balancing the budget. And I've introduced a plan that would do just that by cutting 1% of spending a year for 6 years, capping spending at 18% of GDP. We'd balance the budget in 8 years, and we cut $7.5 trillion, all by taking 1 penny out of every federal dollar.
Sure, I've read over your plan, and it's an interesting plan, but it also isn't at a point now where it's the thing being voted on tonight. Is it a mistake that the leadership is not talking to you and saying, look, is there some variation of this plan that could bring you on board? Because right now, the problem is nobody has a plan that can get approved.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is we are $14 trillion in debt. We have a $1.4 or $1.5 trillion deficit every year. The plan that's coming before us cuts $900 billion over 10 years, so that's roughly $90 billion a year. That means we still continue to spend more than we bring in. And after 10 years, we have a $20 trillion debt. So I don't think anybody can look at those numbers and think that this is a good idea. We're not changing anything in Washington. And the problem that we're going to have is, everybody's talking about our rating, our AAA rating. The problem is our debt to revenue is out of whack. And all what this is going to do, and everything that the Senate is talking about, is going to increase that debt to revenue. So we've got 14, possibly $17 trillion in debt to $2 trillion in revenue. It doesn't make sense. If that was an individual, they couldn't get a credit card.
You said that nobody could look at that plan and see that there's wisdom in it. An awful lot of people are also saying, but you also can't look at the calendar and look at where we are right now and see wisdom in burning closer and closer to default. What do you think about that?
Well, I would say this, that I think the date of August 2nd was picked by the administration, the Treasury Department, as knowing that it was the date before Congress went on recess, and they chose that date. I'm not saying that something doesn't need to happen, but I'm just saying that, this whole thing, we could have avoided this. We knew it was coming, but everyone wanted to posture. We need to balance the budget. The American people are saying to the Congress and to the President, balance the budget. Do what we have to do at home. Everybody watching your show tonight has had to take more than 1 penny out of every dollar of their home budget, and every business has had to take more than 1 penny out of every dollar of their business budget. Why can't Washington do the same thing?
I do understand that, Congressman, and you're absolutely right. That's the reason that so many of you are in Congress right now, because many Americans very much feel that way. But our polls also say that right now, at this time, whether the deadline is August 2nd or a couple of weeks down the road, that what the majority of Americans are saying is make some kind of deal so the hole doesn't get deeper while we try to address this. What do you say to those people right now?
I'm saying that the deal that is on the table makes the hole deeper. And so you shouldn't expect people who believe that we should balance the budget to vote for a deal that makes the hole deeper.
So are you ready to take this right up to the doorstep of default, or what? I mean, how do you feel about this idea? Do you believe default is a genuine threat at this hour?
I do believe that some sort of default, defined in one way or another, is possible, but I also believe that the leaders in the Congress need to start listening to what it is that the rest of us are saying. We want to balance our budget.
Is there any chance that your vote will change in the next few hours or in the next 24 hours?
Only if the bill changes to something that balances the budget.
All right. Congressman Connie Mack, thanks so much for being with us this evening on Busy Evening. I know you've got a lot to tend to as well.